football right here in the state of New York.
Okay, Coach, you said that this game is all that's good about college football. What did you mean by that?
Well, what I'm talking about is Division III football. Division III football is football in its pure sense. You've got guys that are paying their way to go to school. They are the epitome of student athletes, especially the student athletes at these two schools. They're going to be spending half of their time in the classroom, the other time studying, and somehow try to fit in another half, devoting to football. So, I was never a math major, so I know that trying to juggle those three things, that's a difficult task. But it's football in its purest sense. It's student athletes in their purest sense, where they're paying their way to go to school. And really, at the end of the season, at the end of a career, not a lot of these guys have a chance to go on to professional football. They're going to make their money in the corporate world. They're going to make their money maybe as an engineer, business major, or doing some other great things for society. So, but what we're hoping is that the lessons that they learn through football, the camaraderie, the teamwork, the sacrifice, we call it the grind, that they take those values and they put those to use for the betterment of the world, really.
You do have a football game coming up, a pretty important one.
Yep.
Once you're past all of us, and once you're past this whole week, and you get to the game, and you're in the locker room before the game, I mean, what is the speech like to the players about the importance of this game?
You know what? This week, the trophy, the game, the rivalry, the tradition, all of that stuff, that really takes care of itself. There's not a whole lot to be said about this week and what the trophy means and everything else. All you have to do is you look at, with both schools, and I'm sure this happens over here, I know it happens here, is that our alums, they come back, they have a choice to come back for every football game, but if they live at a distance, they're looking at maybe 2 dates on their schedule. Maybe they have a chance to come back for either homecoming or the shoes game. Well, I think that one kind of takes care of itself. If they only have one choice of which game to come back to, it's going to be the shoes game. I think when you look at these two schools, you've got a mutual respect with the two schools. So there's a respect factor, but there's not a lot of love between the two schools. So that rivalry is always there, and it's not only in football; it's in every single sport that we play. So you separate these two schools by not that much of a distance. Maybe by one river. Right? It's this local area, and it's two schools that are competing for the same trophy.
You guys have won this trophy the past couple of years. What's it like to win this game? And I'm sure you don't have any plans on losing it.
The one thing that we did talk to our guys about, and it's really trying to educate our young guys, our freshmen. This is their first shoes game. It's the message that comes from our seniors, from our juniors. It's the message that comes from our alums. It's that you may forget a battle here and there, you may forget a game here and there, but you never forget your shoes game. You never forget those. So if you're fortunate to be in 4 shoes games, 1 shoes, 2, 3, whatever the case may be for some of those guys, if they have a chance to get on the field, they will remember that, and they will remember that for the rest of their lives.
And you've won it though the past couple of years. So I mean, what's that feeling been like? I mean, I don't think you haven't lost this game, have you?
Well, it's kind of a surreal feeling, especially the first year when we had a team that was struggling, and we found a way to win a game and win at the end, and they give you a trophy presentation, and it's the best looking trophy that you could ever imagine. But it's a surreal type of atmosphere. It's one of those things that you don't really think of it when you're playing. You don't think of it when you're making a play call or anything like that. It's at the end of the game, then it's joy, it's excitement, it's relief. It's all of those things wrapped up in one. So for our players, for the players that have an opportunity to win the game, it's utter elation.
How about the fact that you've lost 3 games in a row? Would this go about saving your season?
Well, I don't know if it's about saving the season. I think when we evaluate how our games have gone, we're looking at our guys. What kind of effort are we putting in? What kind of execution do we have? And are our guys playing as hard as they possibly can, playing to their potential? So the games leading up up to here really have no bearing on what this game is all about. And I reminded our team about, there's an old saying in baseball, momentum is only as great as the next day's starting pitcher. Okay, so that's true in football. Your fortune can change like that, and all it takes is one play, one kickoff return, one stop, one tackle, one turnover, and you can turn that. And we used examples from this past season. We're playing against a Hobart team that's leading our league right now, and they went down. They scored with 1:25 left to go on the clock. Now, right there, we could have folded up our tent and said, "Hey, you know what? It's homecoming. Let's get out of here." But we didn't. We returned the kickoff, got back to about the 50-yard line, but had a bunch of plays. Anytime right there, that could have been the time to say, "No, momentum wasn't on our side." Okay, but they didn't. So that's the thing, is that your fortune can change just like that. So one game doesn't convey to another game. Okay, just like in football, you score 50 points in one game, you can't save those points for another game. Okay, so with our guys, we're teaching, we're just preaching the same things. We're preaching the consistency. We're preaching the ability to execute and execute at a high level.